Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I am here with my colleague and friend Dave, and what we're bringing you today is about the SBA Flash Cap Program, right? So a lot of our clients getting $150,000 off of a SBA 7A, and usually it's only taking 14 days or less. All right. So if you know anything about an SBA loan, it's typically a long process with a lot of documentation that is very picky. All right. This program is not. There are certain qualifications that you need, and basically the way it works is this. It's still a 7A loan, meaning you're still getting 10 years to pay it back, and it's still prime plus 275. So as of last week, all of our clients that were approved and funded for this got 150,000 at 6.75% interest, with roughly a $1,200 to $1,300 a month payment over the 10 years. All right. Now, traditional SBA loans, you need 3 years of tax returns, personal business, all the bank statements, a personal financial statement, last finance, okay, year-to-date financials, a debt schedule of 4506. All right, there's a long laundry list of items, and a traditional 7A usually takes anywhere from 30 to 90 days. Okay, but it is like an SBA loan. It's the cheapest financing you're going to get. It's the cheapest loan you're going to get. So what we found is we have a bank that will process what's called a flash cap, anything under $150,000, or a max of 150,000, and they have different guidelines, different criteria. So basically, as long as you have 2 years of business tax returns, you have a 680 credit score, you have the ability, all right, to apply, and we have not had anyone turn down yet. The only thing that we can't account for is the SBA has an internal scoring model, and you need to hit over a certain score. So far, I think we're like 10 for 10 on this, where everyone's gotten approved, and it's literally taking 2 weeks or less, all right, versus 30 to 90 days. Now, why would you want this? My friend Aaron Nash has been, posting about getting the right type of financing or having liquid funds in your account, because everyone sees what's going on. Everyone sees that the economy is going south. Okay, it's going to be good to have cash on hand to take advantage of opportunities that are coming out. All right, it's going to be good in case emergencies happen. I think everyone should take a flash cap. I think everyone should have a line of credit, and everyone should position themselves and their business in the best possible way to, maximize their growth and protect themselves over the next 12 to 24 months. All right. So, Dave, I know I went through that really, really, really fast. Yeah. That's what I want to do here. So, ask me some questions that I might have just breezed through.
So, when you qualify for an SBA loan, like this flash cap, what are you allowed to use the money for, and what are you not allowed to use the money for your business?
You are allowed, when you're doing a flash cap, that money is going into the business bank account. You're allowed to use it for whatever you need.
Is there any things that you're not allowed to use it for?
No, it's not like the PPP or the EIDL where there are restrictions. Okay. Right? If you're using it for the business, any business use, it's good to go. Now, I said they're doing a max of 130. The one thing I did not get into is how they're calculating that. So typically, an SBA loan goes off your profit margins or your ability to service debt. This is going off of 30% of your prior year's top line revenue. So what that means is if you did at least $500,000 in sales last year on your taxes, you can qualify for the 150. Now, let's say you did $2 million in sales, right? Well, technically, by their math, you should qualify for 600,000. What we've been told is anyone that gets the first flash cap, every 6 months they can go in and reapply for another 150 and another 150. So you can actually get tranches of 150,000 as long as your top line revenue meets the criteria, and obviously you're not missing payments or anything like
that. Yeah. All right. Okay, so you're allowed to get it multiple times.
Allowed to come back multiple times.
Is there a certain time limit between when you can get it, or?
I think you have to wait 6 months.
Okay.
I think that's the longest you have to wait.
Okay.
Is this good for any businesses? It's good for any businesses. All right. Thank you for asking that question. I love live questions. It's good for, any business that has 2 years of business tax returns and that the owner has 680 credit. The only thing I cannot account for is what's that internal scoring model from the SBA, because they don't tell us that. Now, on the flip side, I have had businesses that traditionally would not get approved for an SBA, okay, or it's very hard to get approved for an SBA, like a real estate company, right? That we just got a pre-approval for 150,000. We're just waiting on a couple other small line items. So yeah.
Yeah, I know when we try to help out some businesses, they're kind of hard to get financing because of the profession they're in, like they do firearms or anything like that. Or is that kind of some problems that we may come across, or is that you've been having pretty good success with that?
We've been having good success with that. And I will tell you, so the way SBA loans work, there's banks that basically underwrite them, okay? And after they're underwritten, the bank has to like it and approve it. And they go off of the SBA guidelines and then their internal guidelines, right? And once they underwrite it and they're content or they're satisfied, they get the SBA to guarantee it. Okay, so I have a bank that likes firearms, that likes the 2A industries. They're also very aggressive when it comes to SBA loans, right? So that's really, it's the same thing as when you think about it. You go and get a mortgage, right? Who actually guarantees the mortgage or a part of it? Freddie Mae, Fannie Mac. The SBA works the same way for businesses.
Cool. Awesome. And then, so say if you do get the SBA, is there any, what are usually the terms? And if you get the SBA, the Flash Cap, and if you pay off earlier, then what the terms are? Is there any penalties or anything like that?
There's no prepayment penalties, right? If you pay it off, there's no more interest in payment. So you're obviously going to save money over the course of time. Yeah. And when you're talking about, what's the interest? As of last week, the interest was 6.75% over 10 years. It roughly equates to like a payment that's somewhere around $1,250, somewhere around there. Now, as interest rates go up, that rate can go up because it is based on prime plus 2.75%. Yeah, okay, so exactly. So as of last week, that's what it was.
Yeah, or if rates drop, then you get, it works both ways.
Exactly. And I do think, the government is in a tough position right now with rates and with the economy. So they're either going to fight inflation or they're going to help boost the economy. Okay, you may just see in the next upcoming months a rate drop, a temporary rate drop, and then after elections, they pump it back up to fight inflation. They're just going to go off of the data that they have. I don't think that data is accurate. I've been saying it, but has nothing really to do with this SBA program. It's just the economy in general. What other questions do you have, brother?
What if you're just starting out and you're just like a new company? Are SBA loans available for you, or is that something you just have to wait till you're in business for a couple of years to show profit and everything like that?
That's a good question.
Or if you buy a franchise, does that help you?
Yes.
With an SBA?
Yes, we work with several franchises, PFIT being one of them. They can, because they're SBA approved, it's much easier to get an SBA loan done. Okay. Any franchise that is SBA approved, that's the key there. It's easier to get done, and so you can get them to start up the business. If you were doing, let's say, a traditional startup, there's going to be a lot more that's going to go into it. And honestly, I have not seen a SBA loan get done for a startup that was not an SBA approved franchise or something in the medical field.
Okay. Cool.
That's it. You gotta have other questions.
For right now, that's all I got. You kind of hit all the topics that I was going to ask questions on. So.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well,
you hit what I was going to try to ask before I could even get to it.
All right. Well, hey, Dave, thanks for joining me, guys. If you have questions about this, right? Reach out to myself, reach out to Dave. I do think, like, if anyone is trying to best position themselves in their business over the next, call it 6 to 24 months, I would get one of these flash caps. I'd set up a line of credit, a business line of credit, and I would review certain services that you use, like, payment processing and other things. And if you work with us, we will literally do all of that for you. If nothing, literally, you just send in everything. We'll get it done for you, come back to you, and just streamline it so you're good to go and you have that peace of mind over the next, call it 6 to 24 months. I think that is crucial as an entrepreneur to get that stuff dialed.
Yep. Awesome.
All right, guys. Well, hey, listen, I appreciate you. I appreciate coming on, Dave. Appreciate everyone listening. Please, guys, do me a favor, share this. I know a lot of entrepreneurs that could use this. Dave is going to share it. So share this, and then if anyone needs help or has questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you, Jack, for having me on.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right. Have a good one. Bye.